Do you want to know how you can build your email list absolutely for free? And most importantly, by selling this tiny $5 product. Now, I've been talking about for years about the importance of building an email list. And most of that time, I've been showing you how to get traffic organically using Instagram Reels or YouTube or Facebook. But in this particular training, I want to show you how you can build your list pretty much instantly and for free using a self-liquidating offer. This is also called an SLO. Hey, what's up guys? This is part 7 of my brand new series on how to build a self-liquidating offer. If you've gone through parts 1 through 6, I showed you how to completely design a self-liquidating offer, the high-level overview, and even how you can clone my self-liquidating offer as your own. Now, in this video, I want to give you a different perspective on how to build a self-liquidating offer. You see, I've done a really good job of building one for myself and for my business, but I want to bring in someone who has literally like 10, 20x my results. I'm talking about tens of millions of dollars with his self-liquidating offer. He's going to come in and teach you the high-level overview of what a self-liquidating offer is. And more importantly, you're going to see a different perspective on what a self-liquidating offer is and how you can implement it as soon as possible. Now, if you're looking for more tactical or step-by-step or how to design a self-liquidating offer, I do have a checklist down below in the description. So make sure to check that out and it'll show you exactly step-by-step how to build your own self-liquidating offer. Also, go make sure and watch parts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I go into extreme depth on how to build a self-liquidating offer. Now, with that being said, I want to introduce you to my mentor, Anik Singal, who's going to show you how he builds a self-liquidating offer. Guys, today, what are we going to be learning today? So we're going to be talking about this tiny $5 product that allows you to build your email list for free. And I put quotes on free because you're going to see what I mean by that. But I think this framework, this concept is going to blow your mind. I haven't talked about this much, but this is something that I'm personally doing in my business. So I'm excited to talk about what that is. Now, the guy I'm bringing in, he's actually one of my personal mentors. I've been working with him for the past few years. Crazy successful guy. He's done over $100 million, sold over 250,000 course sales, built an email list. I want to say he said over 2 million people. It could be way more than that. He's just incredible. He's going to be showing you how to do this SLO or self-liquidating product. So I want to bring in my mentor, Anik Singal. What's up, man?
Hey, man. How are you? Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here. And I know you've got an amazing audience and are doing some killer stuff. So I'm here to support, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, man, I was super excited to bring you on, man, especially because you've helped me so much in my journey. And actually, not only now, but when I first started, I looked up to your courses, your podcast, like for my mentorship. Like when I started in 2019, I looked to you as a distant mentor, right? And because I had seen what you've done in the affiliate space and building your email list, and it was just something that I strive for. So, man, I've been following you since the beginning, and it's been cool to actually work with you hands-on, meet with you, hang out with you in Mexico, and all that good stuff. So thank you so much for being on, man. We have a lot of people on here, so I think people are excited about this training. So what exactly is an SLO, man? Like, for those who don't know, what is an SLO?
So what is an SLO? It's called a self-liquidating offer. And I want to give you the story of how I discovered this to be somehow my secret. It's not a secret, but whatever, right? It's what I discovered. Like, that's been what's helped my business grow and scale so much. And I've been in business for 20 plus years. One thing I want everyone to know is I'm going to share numbers with you. They're going to be big numbers. I've achieved big things, but not every day has been a great day. I've also lost a lot. I've had a lot of hard days, but at no point during this presentation should you perceive anything I'm saying as any kind of claim. Like, I've sold 247,000 courses since 2015 alone. Guys, that is the number of people that I pulled out a credit card to buy from me. That's a huge number. But I've also been doing this for 20 years. I have a huge team. I've spent over $20 million on paid traffic. So it all comes with its own thing, right? But okay, so let's sit down. Let's talk about a simple thing. So in 2022, one of my companies was going to do $40 million. We were scaling super fast. I've since scaled other companies. I've built a software company which I sold my share out of. And I was on a podcast, Jonathan, I think it's 6 months ago. Okay. And this person asks me a question on the podcast and they said, why is it that you're able to grow and scale companies so quickly? What is it about you that makes it? And as soon as he asked that question, he goes, I get it. He kept going. He's like, I get it. Offers, traffic, funnels. He's like, but this is stuff that everybody knows. Why is it that you are able to? And I had a moment, and what I said to him is I said, very simple thing. It's because I have figured out how to deploy paid traffic without the scary risk of paid traffic. And I think what's happening, Jonathan, is so many people are stuck trying to build their businesses. Right now, there's so many people right now on this session that are like, I gotta get leads for free. I gotta do, YouTube and TikTok, and that's all great. And I love it and I do it, but it's slow and it's always something in someone else's control.
Right.
One thing I've learned is if you want to build something that's got scalability, reliability, you gotta have control over it. It's not yours unless you have control. And so for me, it was like, I go to paid traffic because I can turn it on like this. I can scale it like this. I can turn it off like this. Now, as soon as I say that, people say, paid traffic. No. I don't have money to spend on paid traffic. And I tell this story, and I want everyone to understand this because it comes from the heart and I mean it. My first paid traffic campaign I ever started was in 2017, and it was for $20 a day. Okay. And now it was a different environment back then. So I'm not saying that this is what you can expect today. I have no idea. But when I started it, I already had a bit of a warm audience, so that helped me. But I started with $20, and by the end of the first day, I had a sale. This is how my story went, and it's just mine. The end of the first day, I had a $20 sale. I had a $50 sale. So now I'm like, okay. So the next day, I changed my ad budget to $50 a day, and I got another 2 sales. So I was like at $100 now. So the third day, I just changed my ad budget to $100. I'm not kidding when I say from 2017 to 2022, when I had hit the peak of what I was spending on paid traffic, which at one point, I think it was in 2022 at one point, or 2021, I can't remember. We did $1 million spend on paid traffic.
Wow.
That grew from that $20 a day. Now people say, I don't want to spend $1 million. Yeah, trust me, I'm not suggesting you do either. That's ridiculous. We grew to that. But what I want you to understand is there's no chance, no way that I could ever possibly grow to that level of paid traffic spend without having that coming back. So the big discovery was, if you looked at my business, I never relied on social media. Like I didn't rely on DMing and messaging and liking and commenting and posting. I didn't rely as much on affiliates. My biggest moments of scale, control, profitability, happiness has always been when I take my offers to paid traffic. Of course, now that begs the risk of people say, I don't want to, what if I lose money? That's where self-liquidating offers come to play. Okay, so my new love affair, which I want to be able to help everybody in this room, right? And this is something Jonathan can speak to because he's doing it. I want to be able to help everybody in this room do this, is to create what I call a super low ticket offer. We're going to talk about that today. Conceptually, I can show diagrams. I'm ready to show as much as we have time for. And a super low ticket offer is something that's a very impulse purchase driven type. It's very easy to buy a super low ticket offer. It can be very impulse purchase happy. So what do I mean by that? I basically mean that a $5 offer, $5 offer, people don't think twice about it. Listen, we're in a weird economy right now. Some people are doing great, some are not. Some think it's a great economy, some think it's a recession, but we're in a conflicted economy. During conflicted economies, people still want to buy stuff. They still want to do stuff. It's not like they completely stop spending, but they spend a little bit more cautiously. So all of a sudden, when you let someone get a taste of you for a very little amount, they say, I'm in. I'll try it. And when they get in, they love you, and now they're willing to buy the other stuff. Okay, fine. That's nothing new. We've understood the concept of ascension for a long time. But here's where it gets fun. Where it gets fun is through the way you build a super low ticket funnel, which Jonathan is what you've done and what I can show people to do and what we can show people to do in as little as just 3 days. Through the funnel, you end up getting back most, if not all, of the money that you're paying to Facebook to get you that customer. So here, you have a sales page on which you sell a $5 offer. Guys, we'll show you, I'll happily tell you the 3 types of offers I recommend. So even as an affiliate, if you want to have a dominating competitive advantage over everybody that you compete with, what I encourage you to do is to build a simple $5 offer, put a couple of upsells, a couple of bump offers behind it. It might cost you $40 or $50 to sell a $5 offer on Facebook ads. That sucks. That's like, Anik, I'm going negative a lot of money. Hold on.
Right.
But what ends up happening is because of those upsells and downsells and the bump offers, you actually end up breaking even. You end up collecting about $40, $50. The ideal case, you break even. And so now you're bringing in buyer leads, not free leads, buyer leads that are attentive and that are going to upgrade to all of your other things that you're doing. So this is a big deal. Guys, we're going to come, I'll show you examples. I have diagrams. I'm going to get through this, but is it conceptually making sense? Can I get a yes in the comments if you guys are sitting there saying, okay, I get what the point is. The big point I'm trying to make is buyer leads are better than free leads. And I'm trying to tell you here, buyer leads are actually easier to do than free leads, which I know doesn't make sense, but once you start to understand the simple ways that Jonathan and I use Facebook ads, you'll agree it's actually easier. It really truly is.
No, I just want to add to that, man, because it's interesting, right? Because as an affiliate, you don't really think about like Facebook ads as much. It's like, well, there's no way I can do it because I'm sending to an affiliate product. But most people here have gone through my challenge, but they haven't actually like seen what I did in the actual funnel itself. And I always tell people to kind of, as they're going through my 72-hour challenge, like, look at what I'm doing. Look at the order bumps I'm adding. Look at the upsells, right? Why did I add that upsell 1, 2, and 3? You know, part of it is obviously to add value to that audience. It cost me what, $50, $60 to get a customer, but average cart value, and we'll talk about that more, about, you know, $40 or whatever it is. So I'm actually making money or breaking even, which breaking even is like the best thing, right? Because you're literally able to build that list for free, whether it's the customer list or the opt-in list, right? You're able to build that list essentially free. And, you know, and I talk a lot about this, Anik, and the email list is like the most important part, but, you know, even better, a buyer's list is even more important and more, it's worth so much more, right? And that's something I want people to understand. It's like, there's two different types of people.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I think the big thing that I've been really teaching, so a self-liquidating offer, guys, that's why it liquidates the ad spend. And are we going to build one over the next 45 minutes here on this? No. But am I going to be able to bring a big shift in mind for you? Absolutely. See, here's what's happening. If you're out there and you have an opt-in page, which is great, and this is what I used to teach just 5-10 years ago. I mean, I taught for the longest time, go build an opt-in page, drive leads to it, build a list, promote offers, and you'll do great.
Right.
The problem with that whole concept, there's two major issues. There's actually 3 issues with that concept. Number one is if you're building a free opt-in list, right now, Google, Yahoo, Bing, they've made some serious changes to their algorithms for how they allow emails to deliver to people's inbox. So let's just say if you've built an entire email list just full of free opt-ins, people are not going to be, they're not that serious. And so they're not opening your emails as much. And so you're going to start getting a very negative hit from those ISPs. So your deliverability is going to go down. Now, when you have a list of buyers, even if they put $1 down, they're just so much more, they're so much more engaged, right? Think about it this way. So they go to a regular opt-in page, pop in email, done. Think that user versus another user who's going to give you even $1. Let's just say $1. They read your page, they analyze it, see the price, click the button, name, email, phone number, address, pull credit card out, fill in the form, hit submit, go to the next page, go through your upsell process, log in. They are so aware of you. They spent a long time with you versus that person that just rapid fire. So number one reason building an email list, I agree with you. It's the number one asset in any business, but building an email list of just free people versus buyers is becoming a night and day thing. And if you go with free, you could be really hurting your ability to get deliverability and you're not getting as serious of people. Number two is the cost. So now, so cost comes in time or money. It's getting really difficult. You're going to spend a lot of time trying to build a free email list. You are. It's going to take you months and you're going to have to do a lot of content, and competition for even YouTube and shorts and all social media has gone up. You have to be much more consistent, persistent, and commenting and reviewing and studying and analyzing. Nothing wrong with that. It's a choice, but it's going to cost you time. But if you go the other way, ad platforms have gotten expensive. So just to do a free thing I don't recommend it. It's going to take you too long to recover that money. And then the third problem with the free versus buyer mentality is if you go to paid traffic, you have something called a pixel, right? That's like the gold mine inside of any paid traffic network. It's this invisible little code that sits on your site that learns. as traffic comes to your site, it learns who's the buyers, who's not, who's buying, who isn't. And based off of that learning, it optimizes your advertising to attract better people. It's the be all end all, okay? If you get a good pixel thing going, it's easy street on paid ads. But if you're optimizing for the free lead, you're gonna go south. You're gonna optimize that thing worse and worse and worse and worse for worse and worse and worse things.
Yeah.
Versus if you go the route of getting buyer leads that are pulling out credit cards, you're optimizing that pixel for brilliance to bring you the best people. So I'm not that I'm against free. Everyone here has to understand something. I spent 15 years of my 20-year career, 17 years of my 20-year career being the biggest advocate for free. Now I'm just realizing it's not a scalable model. It's a dangerous model in multiple ways when all you have to do is take a little bit of time and design an SLO. So something that Jonathan and I are going to talk about is the idea for you to be able to come to us for 3 days, and Jonathan and I together will design you an entire SLO funnel. Yeah. That you could take, because there are things when it comes to being able to do well with an SLO, you got to have the right hook, the right angle, the right offer. Because I've learned now what makes people tick on Facebook and what makes them buy. But now you're ensured you're getting the best leads, most likely to consume your content, to upgrade. And you know what? Even if you don't want to have your own products behind that, and you just want to promote an affiliate offer, that's great. The lead should be ideally paid for, but now you can dial up your pay. I mean, you can still do your social media. You should still do YouTube. You should still do all those things, but you're not relying on them. And that's the most important thing here. So I want everyone here to understand, I'm telling you right now, this is the only reason I was able to scale. See, the other really interesting number that I don't talk a lot about, but again, it's my number, should never be perceived as something I'm promising someone else to be able to do. This was not easy. But in a matter of just a few years, Jonathan, I sold 52,000 people a product that was $1,000 or more using the concept of SLOs, of self-liquidating offers.
Yeah, well, it allows you to be able to spend more, that's the beauty of it.
You can do something called cash cycling a lot faster. So when you cash cycle, it allows you to not need a lot of money. Now, I will also, and I want to be honest with people and say, if you want to do what we're going to talk about, you got to have at least $500, $600, $700 ready for paid traffic, because there's a little testing time, and you got to do it with the right oversight. So you've got to make sure there's the right people, such as Jonathan or myself, just kind of in your neck of the woods watching over, because it is a different beast. It's a different animal, and there's a little learning curve, but the learning curve is totally worth it. So Jonathan, right now I'm building my one company, which is all about compliance, right? Yeah. All about like FTC compliance and all of that. And what did I do? SLO, the entire brand. And this is what's so crazy. You got one too. This is what's so crazy, guys. I have only sold 1,500 of these books. At $10 a pop. That's a SLO. It's a low ticket self-liquidating offer. I'm going to present you with I'm going to show you a diagram really soon that shows the whole funnel. I challenge anybody watching right now to go to Facebook and make a post and say, hey, do you know anyone that can help me with my FTC compliant? And count how long it takes before I get tagged. I now own this sub niche, which is worth multi-millions. Okay. As I build out in it, I promise it's worth multi-millions. Yeah. And I did it with one SLO, and I got 2 more on the way. So that's one company. My next company is where I teach marketing training, just like you do, Jonathan. And we are building SLOs. I've got a couple of books. I got a challenge that just came out. And my third company is a software company that I can't talk about just yet, but I'm building a SLO to drive to it. And so it's a low ticket to get people in, to liquidate my ad spend, and then have time to build that trust with them. So I don't have to hit them over the head and say a bunch of stuff right out the gate and try to hammer the sale because I'm negative on the ad spend. But also it gives me control. So now whether my affiliates are promoting or social media is happening doesn't matter. So I'll let you chime in if you want to say a couple of things, and then I'd love to I want to show people some diagrams so that they can get some visuals on this. Yeah,
the biggest thing I want to say, Anik, is with this traffic challenge that we've been doing, like the whole goal of this has been just organic, which obviously, that's how I built my business. I was always like kind of scared to do the paid traffic because I didn't know what I was doing, right? And to be quite honest, like I've never done paid traffic until 3-4 months ago. This is brand new to me, but so much nicer, man. I'm able to, I had to really work on the SLO for myself and kind of figure out what was working, what was not working. I had a lot of things in place, But once I really, you taught us a lot of the frameworks on what we had to do, man, I was able to run with it. And we've been able to spend more and more and more because, we're able to liquidate that spend, right? We're essentially building that list for quote unquote free. But one thing I want to mention that I think gave me a huge advantage, and I think everyone here as well, is everyone here is already creating content. So what's cool is when you do run Facebook ads or Instagram ads or whatever it is, all that data is already there. So you're actually not starting from zero, right? Like when we started running ads, I had so much content, so much data already built up that it was just a lot easier for me. So everyone here, I think, already has a slight advantage because you guys have been creating content 3 times a day for the last 14 days, some of you for the last few months, right? So just want to mention that. And that's something that really gave me a boost when I started running ads, 3-4 months ago. But yeah, man, I would love to see your graphic on how this all works out.
Yeah. All right. So this is a slide from a presentation I'm working on and this very particular topic. And this is the diagram that I want to walk you through. And I want to express to you that it is not complicated. Now, there are things here that are going to make people go, wait, what, how, where, huh? And it's okay. It's okay. One of the coolest things I'll tell you is all of this right here, the entire thing in front of you can be designed very, very quickly. Jonathan has seen me in action do this. Jonathan, we had 20 people at the last retreat that you came to, and we architected everybody's funnel and designed it all out in like the first couple of days, right?
Yeah, it was all done in Mexico in those few days, man.
Yeah, and it's incredible what you could do very quickly. So what could be daunting for you guys, one of the things I always teach, and I wanted to share this in the beginning before I go through this diagram for everybody, is I think people have got it wrong. People think that education has value, and I am not here to say it doesn't, but if you really think about it, education has become quite commoditized. You can watch YouTube videos and do all this stuff and piecemeal things together. The content, the knowledge is in books, it's in YouTube videos, it's on podcasts, it's on interviews. That's not actually valuable. And you got ChatGPT, you've got, AI systems that can pull all that knowledge together for you. It's not what actually drives. What drives is experience. It's experience you're looking for, right? So with me having done so many of these, it's like, wham, bam, we can do these, we can design these very quickly. But here's how it works. So you've got your traffic here, okay? And the biggest thing that the biggest point I'm making about the traffic is as follows. I do not personally believe that you should be relying on organic and affiliates and others. It's okay. It's a great additional source. I just don't believe you should be relying on it. So I'm going to say for now, Facebook traffic, so that you have utmost control over your traffic. So let's say the Facebook traffic comes and lands on the sales page. Now, the sales page is one, again, that we have lots of pre-built formats that we can hand to you. And it's a short one, and it's got a $5 offer, $10 offer, $27 offer from you. One of my, what I call 3 authority offers that we could talk about that are pretty simple and easy to create. And actually during the retreat, I even have shown, and I'm showing people now how to use AI to create these offers too. So we can really start to make the process simpler. Okay, right at the time that the person's going to go to purchase, they see the bump offer, they see an upsell, right? They see a couple of upsells, and then they're done. So this, right before the first dotted line, this is what we call at cart. Okay, so they're literally still in your shopping cart from the first decision to buy. Our goal here, which doesn't always happen, and that's okay, and I'll tell you exactly why it's okay, especially the more you scale, the higher you scale, doesn't always happen, but the goal here is that you should be break even. So meaning if it cost me $50 to get this sale, by the time I go through the upgrade process, I've made back close to $50. Again, I want to repeat, sometimes it might be 40, 45, sometimes it might be 55. But the reason it doesn't matter is because what's happening back here, I don't really care. And we can optimize that. And again, Jonathan and I both have been really actually optimizing it. Jonathan's optimizing his funnel, just recently added something. So we're always sharing notes and constantly, we've built quite the little community around this. So we're always sharing what's best to get the most revenue out. Okay, once we're here, there are 2 more things that get to happen in your business. We have back end number 1 and back end number 2. That's what BE stands for. So BE back end 1, back end 2. So back end 1 is going to be your next high ticket offer. Here's the coolest thing. Everyone here, Jonathan, most people here are affiliates, correct?
Correct.
So you know what you guys can do, all of you? Your back-end one can just be Jonathan's offer.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do a webinar. You don't have to build a webinar funnel, nothing. You just take those leads that are buying that you have now hopefully mostly broken even on, and now you promote Jonathan's webinar, okay? And back-end number 2 is usually something next level. Maybe it's coaching, agency, certification, done for you, consulting. It could be anything. Again, as affiliates, you don't have to do this. You could partner with someone like a Jonathan and just say, hey, I'll continue to send you leads for your XYZ program or your software or whatever, and I'll make my commissions. This is the easiest way. So the big takeaway here is that as an affiliate, do you see why this gives you an absolute competitive advantage over all your other peers? Because you're not sitting here slogging for traffic and picking up 10, 15, 20 opt-ins a day. You might be picking up 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 buyers a day that are much more likely to buy the offer that you're an affiliate for. And you're doing it so that you control that scale. You're making revenue while you're getting great leads to then promote the back-end offers to. And there's something missing here. So you have multiple places to make revenue. Number 1, you make revenue on your first offer. Number 2, you make revenue through the upsells and the bumps. Number 3, you make revenue from that first affiliate back-end offer. Number 4, you make revenue from a potential back-end number 2 offer. Number 5, yes, there's a 5th way you monetize this SLO strategy as an affiliate, and that is you building an email list. So now you're able to send them emails every week, and so you don't have to just promote Jonathan. There are other great complementary offers that Jonathan probably recommends to you too that you can promote. So now you can take a sigh, and all of those, your email list, every promotion you do to them, ideally is probably profit. The cost of acquiring that user has been covered. The back end number 1, okay, maybe you were a little negative going into that, but you're still going to hopefully end up now positive. Back end number 2, lead's been paid for. So when you have 5 different ways to monetize an incoming lead, it's difficult for it not to work. This is why when someone on that podcast asked me, and I thought, what is my superpower? Why is it that I've been able to scale so many different companies and make it look almost easy? It's this. I use SLOs in such a capacity and in such a way that I'd have to really work hard to screw up in order for it not to work. Now, again, I don't mean to make that sound like this is super easy. Let's set the net impression I want you to walk away with here, which is this is a simple model that can work really well, but you got to do it right. And it can take a little time to get that done right. And you got to have the right experience behind you. You got to have someone like a Jonathan or myself watching over a little bit, helping, guiding. Otherwise, you could also jack it up and it could go the wrong way. But for those of you who are serious, like this can give you a massive competitive advantage over anyone in your niche.
Hey, Anik, I want to add something real quick because like you said, you can build it fairly quickly, especially if it's like a low ticket, right? So I want you guys to understand that I actually did it during this traffic challenge. I'm going to explain. Who here went through the traffic challenge pre-homework, that document that I created for you guys to do this free challenge? Who went through that pre-homework? I built that literally in a day, and I'm going to use this as an SLO. So meaning I'm going to use this as like a guide to help people, get their social media accounts started, but I'm going to sell it for $5 and then I'm going to have a bunch of upsells during this. And I built this in a day, and you guys saw me do this in real time. And that's how simple it is, right? And I can see the comments. Everyone went through that. I'm actually going to take that off. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to repackage it. I'm going to make it look nice, whatever. But what I'm saying is I just saw the pain point in the marketplace, and I knew people needed help there. So I'm going to basically build another SLO based on that. So I just want to add that there, and people saw me do it in real time, and everyone that went through that, Anik, it was basically this document for this free traffic challenge. And people saw that I did it in one day. So it was pretty cool.
Well, and so check this out, right, Jonathan? The SLOs are all around us. It's not a hard topic. I think that's the easiest thing. I could do a demo with people. We could get someone on here and design and build with them. It's only if you're sitting there saying, I don't know what to do. It's just because you don't have that experience yet. Get in front of Jonathan and I for 10 minutes and watch us just build it all out for you. And just so you understand, a great SLO, 40, 50 page, quick one specific tip strategy ebook delivered via, it will be written by AI. You could create the cover by AI. pay someone $5 to put the PDF together for you from Fiverr, and boom, your front end is done. Need a couple of bump offers behind it. So I was going to go over 3 authority offers, right? Authority offer number 1 is what I call a sales book. It's a digital book, 40, 50 pages. Again, we use AI to create most of it. Authority offer number 2 is a physical book. This is the hardest one, but it comes with some brilliant advantages. I don't know if this is the right one for affiliates. The day you decide you want to take over a sub niche, the day you decide I want to be the authority on a niche, I'll tell you this is the right authority offer to go for. But this is the hardest one to do. But again, AI can help you do most of this too. But it comes with benefits that could eventually be worth multi-millions. I use this strategy to dominate niches. Authority offer number 3 is the easiest. It's a 60-minute masterclass. Seriously, get 10 people on, okay? 10 people, 5 people, get them on a webinar, teach, record, done. What we are doing here, what Jonathan and I are doing here right now for you could become a masterclass we could charge $5 for. How many of you right now, tell me yes right now, if you feel like the session we have done with you so far, we're only 40 minutes in, is already worth $5. Because you've learned something, your mind has already started to churn in a way that it wasn't before, and you're now learning how to get this massive competitive advantage over your competing affiliates. Guys, I didn't even have slides. I had one image. I could do a little scribble pad action, a little interview like this, and you are creating a powerful authority offer. In this presentation, both myself and Jonathan are positioning as authorities in this subject. And so we have built an SLO, so they don't have to be complicated, but now they actually allow you to generate revenue, go to paid traffic, and boom, the world from there is yours to conquer. I mean, at this very moment that we're talking, my business is doing anywhere from 100 to 200 SLO sales a day. And we are 100%, I can promise you, give me 2 more months, we'll be at 400 to 500 a day.
Wow.
400 to 500 buying leads coming into our business a day. How do you not succeed at that point, assuming you have good products and good offerings? Or if I was promoting somebody else's products or offering, it's a matter of just sitting down, and I call it the thumb scrolling rule, Jonathan. So I'm like, we sit down and say, hey, what message do you have? One tight message that is strong enough that it would get someone on Facebook to stop scrolling. That's it.
Yeah.
Boom, we can create an SLO around that in a matter of a couple of hours.
Yeah. I want to add one more thing to that. I know you mentioned it, but I just want to reiterate it. It was like, okay, you're using this SLO to build your list, right? To build your buyers list. And then you got the high ticket on the back end, the super ticket. But, one of the main things I teach, Anik, and I actually have a software that does this for people is, you build this list, but then promote multiple different products. And guys, if you're using like something like my software, Funnel Freedom, obviously you can go and just tap, it's going to go and promote 15 different products for you automatically. But now you can build this list essentially for free if you build your SLO. And that's the thing you guys need to understand, right? You're going to get all those back-end affiliate revenues, which is what I've been able to do, right? For me, I'm able to build this list, and I continue to promote multiple different products as an affiliate. I believe, Anik, you do the same thing, right? Or I know you have in the past. You're building this list with your SLO, but then, well, shoot, I'm going to go promote this product or this launch or this thing or whatever it is, right? And as affiliates, that's sexy, right? Because like for me, like I can just build this list and I could go promote whatever I think is going to help my audience the most. So I think that's super cool, man.
Listen, all of my leads that I've picked up over 2 million email leads. Now, look, I filtered quite a few of them out. So at this point in time, we probably email actively to 300,000 email database. All of that's long paid for. All of that's been long covered. It's been liquidated long back. And I do this all the time. Jonathan, I could put anywhere between 400 to 1,000 people on a webinar at a moment's notice. I mean, not a moment's notice. It takes me about a week of promoting, but it's to an email list. I don't have to pay for traffic again. And I can bring on somebody else. Like I can have you come on, Jonathan, and do a live presentation. And I just chill and sit back. I emailed my list for a week. I introduce you and I sit back and chill. And at the end, when you pitch, I get to make 50%, 40%, 30% of what you did. And it's in a week's of worth of emails. Probably took me about 15 to 20 minutes a day. That's the beautiful thing, right? Now that's an implied earnings claim. So I want to make sure I'm being very clear here. That takes time to build that list. The magic doesn't happen automatically and quickly. So if you do it correctly and you use SLOs and you build this email list and it gets to a point of being substantial size, which takes time, it can make all of your other marketing so much easier. But the biggest gift is that I'm not sitting here stressing about, oh my God, I spent a ton of money and I am now negative on my list. I have to make it back ASAP. Nope, I'm not worried about that. So I can focus on serving my email list and serving them and building my trust and relationship with them and serving them properly. Now you can do that with free as well. As a matter of fact, Jonathan, that's what you did. You know, you got started, you mastered YouTube, and I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just saying sometimes, guys, with your favorite marketers and your favorite coaches, you should watch what they're doing today versus what they were doing years ago. So look at what Jonathan is doing today versus what he was doing years ago, and ask him where his focus is. And his focus right now is on building SLOs. He'll still do YouTube. He'll still do his podcast, and he'll still do trainings like this because he wants to build brand and trust and loyalty with all of those leads that he's acquiring from. But you should watch what he's doing today versus you trying to map his strategy from 2, 3, 4 years ago. Why do that? Why not take the shortcut? Jonathan already did the hard work for you. So why repeat his cycle? Go back and so look at someone like myself, 20 years in, when I have been rebuilding over the last 1 year, Jonathan has been front row seat watching me rebuild. And he can tell you, what have I focused on? You know that old story, right, Jonathan? They say, like, if you lose it all, like, what would you do? And I'm like, I'm telling you, my answer to that is I would build an SLO offer, immediately hit paid traffic with it, build my audience back up, and then focus on building the back end stuff to it, whether it be mine or whether it be another affiliate's. And the cool thing is, this is something that we can design very quickly. We really can. And I did one retreat in Mexico. Jonathan was there. It was just, what, a month ago? It wasn't even that long ago. We had a blast. We had a lot of fun. I think, Jonathan, you probably had the most fun out of everybody. I was
doing the jet skis. Everyone saw me on the Instagram stories, man. I was doing the jet skis. It was fun, man. A great time.
But we got a chance to hang out, have fun. It's a small, intimate room. 25 people max is what's allowed, and we build and design and work together, and you leave the place with the entire thing designed out. If you need any context or people to help you build it, we get you those. We get the AI prompts and everything you need to get those things built, and then you're walking out the door after 3 days of vacationing in an all-inclusive resort. That's what I love about those retreats. It's a ton of fun. So fun. But it doesn't have to be difficult, and that's what I want everyone. My goal today, guys, in 1 hour, it's not like I'm going to be able to get you to a place where you've got your stuff built out. But what I wanted you to understand, my biggest mission today was to get you to see a completely different path, which, albeit you might think is a little bit more complicated, I just need you to trust Jonathan and I and our years of experience that we look you in the eyes and say, it's not. It only feels that way. It's like looking at a bike when you have never ridden a bike, all right? But it only takes you, what, a day or two or whatever to then start riding that damn bike and feeling like it's nothing. That is how this concept works. But that 1 or 2 days that you invest with us, the 3 days that you invest with us, the outcome of that is it doesn't just give you a competitive advantage to be an affiliate for Jonathan. It gives you a competitive advantage to take over and to do great things as a marketer, as a business owner in any niche you want. I'm using it in every single niche. I'm genuinely any niche. If I'm launching a software company, SLO. Info company, SLO. I'm coaching an agency right now. I'm coaching a friend of mine who's an agency, SLO. Consultant, SLO. This is the way in. So when you learn to do this for yourself in one place, you learn to do it in any other place that you want. So that's my hope. My hope today, Jonathan, was to come on here and get people to say, you know what, I want an SLO. And I'm actually curious, can you type in me right now into the chat if you're sitting there thinking, you know what, the heck with this, man, I need this. I want one. This needs to be my competitive advantage. Give me a me, and I'll read some of the comments.
Yeah, I could throw them up there too.
It's awesome. Love seeing that. I mean, Jonathan, you tell me, right? I mean, one thing I'd love to hear from you is you've done it both ways in more recent time than myself. I started doing SLO stuff like a decade ago. Seriously, I got very serious about it in 2017, but you genuinely built an entire business first off of organic, and now you're making that transition to SLOs. Maybe you can speak to that experience and why you've chosen to go towards SLO so much.
Yeah, I definitely, if I were to start over again, I would start with this. And the reason why is because it's a lot quicker. I'm able to build that list a lot quicker. But that doesn't mean I wouldn't do YouTube or Instagram, because I love building that brand. I love providing value. So my thought process, and this is something that we're doing now, right, is I use my SLO to build the list, but then I use that list to go and grow my YouTube channel, to grow my Instagram, And it's just a beautiful like ecosystem of paid traffic that I can now nurture with YouTube and Instagram, but I can do a lot quicker. And the ads are liquidated. They're, you know, I'm spending $40 or whatever, $50 to get a customer. And that's essentially a free person on my list, a buyer on my list that's going to now then subscribe to my channels, my Instagram. So Anik, I mean, I love Instagram. I love YouTube, but the issue is like, I have to create every single day and I have to get on YouTube. And with this, I'm not going to lie, man, I've been, there was like a few weeks where like, I just didn't create anything. And I just, cause I was, you know, I was just focused on the SLO and as turning on the ads and dialing that in. And I'm like, well, shoot, I don't got to create content anymore, but I do love creating it. But it allows me to kind of step back and create really, really quality content instead of a YouTube video every day. Cause that's what I had to do in the beginning, man. It was like YouTube every single day, 3:30 in the morning. So that was epiphany for me, you know? All right. So I really hope you guys enjoyed that training on how to build a self-liquidating offer. It just really gives you a different perspective. And I really want you to understand this concept because this has been a very powerful thing in my business. And I want to teach you how you can do it as well, right? And that's why I created this series to show you step by step how to create your own self-liquidating offer. Now, to those who understand the power of a self-liquidating offer and you want to do this, you want to create one of your own, but you don't want to go through the time and the hassle to actually create one yourself. Because I will say it does take time to create the funnel, to create the offer, the membership area. So I have a really cool offer for you guys if you're interested in cloning my self-liquidating offer as your own. And the best part is I'm going to let you have 100% of the profits. So if you watched at the beginning of my series, I showed you an example of my challenge of the multiple upsells, the downsales, the order bumps. And that example, I want to have you clone that exact same business and get 100% of the profits. Now, if you're interested in this, make sure to stick to the end of this video because I'm going to explain the entire process. Or if this is just something that you want and you don't want to wait, there's going to be a link down below. Make sure to click that link and you'll get access right away. All right, guys, so I'm gonna show you how the white label self-liquidating offer funnel is going to work. I'm gonna explain the entire process, how you can get access to my team and how we do all the fulfillment and all the bonuses that we have, okay? So first of all, I want to walk you through the actual funnel that you're going to get. Okay. If you're unfamiliar with my 72-hour challenge, I kind of want to walk you through it. Okay. This is essentially a low ticket challenge where people get access to learn affiliate marketing. And then later on, they can go ahead and purchase my higher ticket products, my software. Now for you, if you're white labeling this 72-hour challenge, you're gonna get access to all these upsells and downsells in literally just a few seconds, okay? But you need to understand how this is all gonna work, okay? So this right here, the main product is $9, okay? That's typically how this works, okay? This is a $9 product. And then we have multiple order bumps, okay? Now, if you're unfamiliar with the order bumps or the upsells or downsells, you're gonna wanna go see a lot of my content on how a SLO works, because if you don't understand the power of an SLO, this is not gonna be valuable for you at all, okay? If you don't understand that, it makes it real difficult to see the value in what this is, okay? So make sure to go figure out what a self-liquidating offer is first, if you don't know some of these terms, okay? But you'll notice this is a $27 product here, a $27 product here, and then it goes on from, I believe, $197. No, this is $97, and then this is $197, as you can see there. And then it goes on, we have multiple upsells and downsells, okay? The powerful thing to understand is you'll notice a lot of people will still buy all those upsells and downsells and order bumps, okay? So what makes it really powerful is on average, people are spending, you know, approximately, and this really depends, around $50, okay? Now this is powerful because when you're running ads, this allows you to spend a lot more money and build that customer list, okay? Now you'll notice here, I built a customer list of 512 people in this particular example, but I've also built an email list of almost 5,000 people. which is very powerful as well. So the thing to understand is not only are you building this customer list for free, but you're also building the email list as well, right? I say the email list because those are the people that opted into that low ticket thing, but they didn't buy, okay? They're still on your email list, which is very, very powerful, okay? That's how the funnel's gonna work. This is exactly what you're gonna get for the white label. Now, real quick, I just wanna show you some of the people that got early access to the 72-hour challenge SLO. You can see, this is Christina. She said, got my early access to the white label. Setup took an hour and I'm done. Thank you, Jonathan Montoya. This is probably the easiest setup I have ever done, okay? So we made it super easy for you to set up. Also, you can see 7-figure affiliate legend Nathan Lucas also set up his 72-hour challenge white label, okay? We walk you through the entire setup step by step, okay? One more I want to show you. This is Phil. You can see Phil Castellini. He said, I was lucky enough to get early access, and let me tell you, it's an absolute gem. Setup was a breeze. Jonathan made it step by step, okay? I want to let you know one thing about this funnel, okay? We've done over $4 million in total sales with that particular funnel, but you're going to be able to clone it right away. Like, you're going to have the entire setup in probably an hour, maybe 2 hours if you take a little bit longer. But what I'm saying is I've been running this same exact funnel for the last 4 years. It's not like we just built this thing and threw it out there. I mean, we tested it and I hired experts and mentors and I had to go to masterminds to perfect this funnel. So you're going to be able to literally white label my exact funnel and get 100% profits, okay? The way it's going to work is once you get a sale, we actually do the fulfillment, okay? So for example, let's just say someone buys the challenge from you, you get all that commission or profit right away, but then we're going to send them the members area. We're going to send them the emails. We're going to get on calls with them. We're going to close them on the higher ticket products. Okay. The way it works is you get all the front end commissions or the front end profits, which is 100%. If they happen to upgrade to, let's just say, the software or to Freedom Breakthrough 3.0, which is my higher level coaching program, well, then you get the 40% commission as an affiliate. But the actual funnel itself, the front end, that's all 100%. Okay. So I want to make sure that's clear. And on top of that, we have some really cool bonuses. Okay. So I'm going to walk you through exactly what this is and how it works, okay? The first thing is, again, you get to license my white label 72-hour challenge, okay? So this is a licensing product because you're using this proven funnel, okay? And as I showed you, this is the funnel that has completely changed my life, okay? And you're gonna be able to license that, okay? The second thing is, this is like probably the most valuable thing, okay? You get to utilize my entire team, right? And I spend close to $20,000 a month for my entire team. That includes my COO, my support team, my sales team, my funnel team, my design team, my email team, my content team, okay? The thing to understand is I spend a lot of money on my team to run my business, right? I have support, I have my sales, I have all this stuff to make this business work. Now for you, once you get a sale, all of that goes directly to my team and we take care of everything. We take care of the refunds, the support emails. You literally don't have to do anything if you don't want to, okay? So that's the powerful thing about that. You get to utilize my team as your own, okay? Now the next thing is you get to use my ads as your own as well. So this is actually really cool because remember, I designed this funnel, this SLO, to work for ads, right? If you watch the entire series where I talked about the power of a self-liquidating offer, well, the whole goal is to be able to run ads. So if you don't want to create your own ads, you can actually use mine as your own. So that's going to be included as well. And then we added this just as another bonus. You get to use, or actually we added a full Facebook ads course specifically designed for SLOs, okay? Full-fledged Facebook ads course, how to create AI videos, how to run the ads using Facebook ads, okay? This is the entire stack that you get when you license my 72-hour challenge white label program. Now, once you get access to the 72-hour challenge white label SLO, it's gonna look like this, okay? So you can go ahead and log in, and literally it's a step-by-step setup and checkout. For example, this is what it looks like here. You'll have the complete setup video here. And then of course you can, this is where you can go and copy the ads as my own. So if you go inside of here, it has all the step-by-step on how to get access to those ads. And then the Facebook ads complete training will be there as well. Okay, so the entire process, the entire setup is located here. Okay, so super excited about that. Now I'm super excited about this because if you understand the power of the self-liquidating offer, it could change your entire business. Okay, because not only are you going to be able to build that customer list very quickly, you got to understand you're building this list that is going to allow you to promote multiple other products. Okay, I want to show you one last thing here because I think this is really powerful. Okay, I mentioned here that this is how the SLO works, right? And if we get that front end commission, or I'm sorry, if you get that break even number here, right? Then everything after this is just essentially free money because you've built that list. What I show you how to do is I show you how to use the affiliate stacking ecosystem to then use that SLO to promote multiple different products, okay? So I know the next question I get all the time is, well, if I have this SLO, am I not doing affiliate marketing anymore? And that's completely false. You got to understand everything that I do is still based around affiliate marketing, right? But the way I build my list is using that self-liquidating offer, right? Because if you think about it, I'm building my list for free using ads, and then we're using that huge list to promote multiple different products, right? And that's where the affiliate stacking ecosystem will come into play, where you can then use that buyer's list to promote supporting offer number 1, supporting offer number 2, supporting offer number 3, and so on and so forth, okay? And on top of that, we can build our brand, right? We can build our YouTube channel, our Instagram pages, our Facebook groups, right? And that's the power I need you guys to understand. We're not just building this thing where we're breaking even. We're building this powerful list where we can then send them to a lot of our multiple offers, our different web pages, our communities, our groups, our YouTube channels. And we're using this SLO to build our brand. And that's the most powerful thing I need you to understand about building this SLO. So super excited for you to guys get access. I believe this is probably one of the best products I've ever released. I'm so excited about that. You know, for those who just want to just start making money with this as fast as possible, okay? Of course, I want you to understand how to build your own, how to design your own, but while you're doing that, you can use my self-liquidating offer as your own. So super excited for you to get access to this, and we'll see you on the inside.